Thank you for joining me on this episode of Highway Spec. My name is Trent. We're going to jump into today's hot take of 3 vehicles that make you look rich. And stick around to the end for a bonus vehicle. Okay, 3 cars that make you look rich but do not cost a lot of money. I'm talking $30,000 or less. You barely can get a Toyota Camry for $30,000 anymore. So this, I feel, is really reasonably priced. Number 1 on the list, a vehicle that I swear I will own one of these days because it is such a cool vehicle, and that is the Maserati Gran Turismo. No, it is not the Maserati Quattroporte or the Maserati Ghibli, which are both Maseratis that people think, hey, I'm gonna look rich, this is what I'm going for. The Gran Turismo actually looks a lot more upscale than either of those vehicles. Now, the crazy thing about these is they've always kind of been a reasonably priced vehicle on the used market, $30,000, $40,000, but recently they've actually started dipping into the 20s, which is crazy cheap for what it is. Yes, it is going to be maintenance heavy, and that goes for any vehicle on this list. There's a reason why they've depreciated. These are all fantastic values as long as you are willing to understand you are going to be paying more in maintenance, and just the payment is not going to be enough to afford one of these. Next up, a vehicle that I think has a ton of road presence, and I think that is very important for a vehicle that makes you look rich. That is the last generation Jaguar XJ. This has been discontinued, but even though it has been discontinued, it still looks like a modern day car. Especially with the long wheelbase, you get additional presence, and it was available with a V8 or even a supercharged V8, so you have options. The quality of the materials is high considering the price, and the barrier to entry is not that much, and of the vehicles I'm going to discuss, probably the least maintenance heavy. Next up, we have one from left field. That is, of course, the Fisker Karma. This is something that is extremely high class looking, but you can actually get them in the 20s. It is a famous vehicle in that it failed. However, it is a vehicle that looks like it's worth more than the sum of its parts. This is a electric range extending vehicle with a GM motor to help power the batteries and recharge the batteries so that it goes longer. Not famously reliable. Parts are still available because the vehicle has continued to be made under a different brand name since the time the Fisker Karma came out. And now for a little bonus. Let's say you have a little bit more coin to spend. You can stretch the budget a little bit more and get something that's a little bit more reliable but a lot higher class. And that is the Mercedes-AMG GT. This vehicle was well over $100,000 new, and it has dropped significantly. Right now you can pull up on the internet an AMG GT for under $70,000, which is a tremendous value for something that is very powerful, very tunable if you're into that sort of thing, and it's incredibly attractive looking. What do you think of this list? What am I missing? Make sure to drop a comment below. I'll catch you on the next one.